Hi, everyone. Good evening once again. Um, and you're welcome back. You're welcome back to my page. You're welcome back to my regular streaming. So my name is Femi, and originally Nigerian. I live in Ontario, Canada. I'm an engineer, and I worked several years in the oil and gas industry. And for those of you that will be joining us for the first time, I want to say a big thank you to you all and those that have been the regulars. And those of you that have been watching the replay as well, thank you very much. Before I go ahead, I just want to let you know that the comment section is there for you. So let's make this interactive, right? So if there's anything that you have to say, whether it's contrary to what we are saying here, or if you agree with whatever it is that we're saying, I would like if you could just drop a comment. And so today with me, I have somebody very special, and her name is Coach Beams, and I would like her at this stage to just introduce herself to you.
All right. First of all, I want to say thank you, Femi, for having me here today. It's really a pleasure. I know it's the first time we're like seeing each other, even though it's not like flesh and blood, but at least
Yeah,
we've been chatting. But thank you for having me here. My name is Bims Fadipe, originally from Nigeria as well. I live in Ontario, Canada with my family. I am a wife, a mom to three amazing, energetic boys. Professionally, I'm a human resources personnel, and I've been in that field for 18, 18 years now. And I am a digital business coach. I launched into the digital space about 2.5 years ago. And yeah, I would share more of that story as we go along.
fantastic. Thank you very much. Oh, did I say that I'm a father as well? And I'm a husband and a grandfather as well, because I just became one this year.
Yay!
Congratulations to me.
Congrats.
Um, so last time here we talked about time freedom, what it truly means, and then I talked about how the technical and human aspect of our business has been a key factor towards the success of people in this business. And today
Mhm,
we'll be discussing. Our discussion will be centered around the aspect of the human aspect, right? That has to do with the community. This has to do with mentoring, coaching, and the global support system that we pride ourselves of within this business community, because I know that it's not everywhere. So
mhm,
today, I mean, like, there's no other person that is able to deal with this better than Coach Beams. Like when people think about entrepreneurship, what comes to
mm,
mind most of the times, right, is doing it all alone, long nights, self-doubts, and
mhm.
endless trials and errors. So why should you know why does this community and mentorship matter in business growth, Coach Beams?
Right. Great question. And I just thinking about that question and going from the point of entrepreneurship. A lot of people think entrepreneurship is a solo kind of thing that you're doing. You figure everything out for you, and truly, entrepreneurship can be very lonely when it is done alone. The reason why mentorship and community is very, very important is that, when you have that community, you get a lot of inspiration. You don't feel like you're doing this on your own. You get to see other people who are like you, building businesses or doing the exact same thing that you were aspiring to. You get motivated. You're also able to share knowledge, with these people. And like one of the things we say in our community is that even though you are running this business on your own, you're never by yourself. I'll share personally one of the reasons why I decided to leverage this opportunity 2.5 years ago was because of that community. I was scared to go into business on my own because I know business is not easy because you're going to figure out everything, like every single thing. And I
Absolutely.
didn't want to do that. Maybe it was just fear, but I didn't want to just have to do this thing solo, come up with the idea, come up with the system, the maybe sales or marketing, whatever business it is I decide to delve into. When I saw this, I saw that I'm not going to be myself. People have already laid the precedents ahead of me. And so all I need to do is to plug into what is already working, a system that is already working. And so, and then the mentorship, like I'll have somebody in my life to guide me and say, this is what I did and I found success. So you can go this path. Do not go this path because I've been there and I've made mistakes. So it shortens, my length of growth. It shortens my learning curve as well. And the fact that I also get step by step guidance, system and all. And see, the more the merrier. You're not always, as a solo in quote entrepreneur, you don't have people who you can share your burden with, because in business, of course, there will be challenges, there will be burdens, there will be things that you face. But when you have that community, you can call somebody up and say, man, today I'm not feeling it. I don't feel like showing up, or I don't feel like whatever, or this happened, or that happened. And the next person understands. Like they you don't even have to talk sometimes. They feel your pain and they're able to come in there, encourage you, and move on. And you do the same thing another time when is they're in that boat. So, there's just so much momentum when you have other like-minded people around you and you guys are running the race together, even though yes, everybody has their different goals, but you're doing this together and you feel like, okay, there's camaraderie, and you're able to achieve more when you have that community.
Yeah. So like you mentioned the encouragement, being able to encourage one another, iron sharpened iron. And you just told that out of my mouth, your last statement, right? I was going to say, when you do something alone by yourself, uh, if you're getting it correctly, there's a tendency that you may start up fast and start up
Mm,
well, but you may
mhm.
not be able to go as far as if you're doing it with a team. So that's
Yes.
one, I mean, like one big aspect. And I dare say that also, this community and mentoring, you're talking about being able to call somebody up to give you some kind of assistance, when you are a bit low in your business. That also helps, reduce all the guesswork.
Yep.
It takes out the guesswork. I remember some years ago when I started, there was a time that I mean, like the person that I was working with, was actually living in Nigeria then, and then we have this time difference. It's about 6 hours,
Mm, mm.
and it was going to be about early in the morning hours in Nigeria, and there was no how I was going to wake him up, but I
Yeah.
just needed to find a solution to a problem that I had, and I saw somebody online, and I didn't mention the name, Aranes. And then I reached out to her, and she was so glad to give me a helping hand. She didn't stop there. The next day, she asked me, you know, the result I got from the assistance she gave to me.
Mm,
And that made us become, accountability partners, for a
mm.
while. We're always doing life together and all that. A lot of encouragement, that you get from things like that. And that's
That's
very,
right.
very interesting. So uh, that was a part of the next question that you answered, but I'll
Mm.
still throw it out anyhow because I believe that there's still so much more that you have to say. I think so. So, like, I was going to ask you, how has being a part of a like-minded group help you stay consistent, in your business?
Mm. I
Because
think
I know, I'm sorry, because I know that what people say a lot, and not just what they say. Today I was doing a video and I was talking about visibility. And then I,
mm,
and then I talked about how to build trust and integrity in your business. And we talk about people seeing you because you can't light a candle and put it under the bushel, right? And
mhm.
then, but like, it's not just seeing you or seeing what you have to offer. but how consistent are they seeing what you have to offer? Because that's, yeah, it's one of the things, right? Yeah.
Yeah, consistency. Oh my
Mm,
goodness. See, I think, where do I start from? Having a community that they have the same mindset as you, or
mm,
having people around you who have the same mindset with you, helps you to stay consistent. And I know that for me on this journey, earlier on when I started, we have a massive community. I think
yeah.
when we started, we were like maybe 150 when I started, in that community. And here was I just started my business. I was excited, but also fearful because you don't know what the future will hold. But you're like, you know what, let's do this.
Let's do this.
And going through my training and all, I still remember there was no day that I will not go to our community and just basically scroll through and just look at people's lives. Like, I would pick a particular person and then go back in time to when they started, see where they're at. And I'll be so pumped and inspired that, okay, she was able to achieve this in 3 years or in 5 years. Okay, there's hope for me, And I look at where they started, and it's like they too were novice. Like, they were novices like me, and so that inspired me, right, to just keep going. Like, just keep going, just keep doing what I'm doing, just keep learning. You know, they may not reach out to me, they may not connect with me, but just seeing their achievements, their authenticity, because it's also not just about achievements, but also seeing other people that show their vulnerability or emotions or the
Mm,
down times that
yeah.
that they fail, or when things are down and things are not working, and they share that. I'm like, okay, I'm not alone, right? We all go through this. So that keeps me going, and then you have people there, sharing stuff about mindset, because business is not just about making money, right?
Mm,
There's a level of mindsets that you also need to get to. There are things that, sincerely, there are things that I did not know
mm,
about business, about where my mind needed to be, about entrepreneurship, about growing myself, personal development, all these things that I needed to have to be the person that God really wants me to be in business. I didn't know a lot about that. But having people in the community share about their lives or about their journey, about, and then pointing me to all these different values and virtues that I needed to grow and have, helped me to be a better person. So having that community, you know, uh, has been very vital in me being consistent. Like, there hasn't been any day. I don't know how I've been able to do that, but since April 21st, 2023, there has not been a day that I haven't showed up for my business. And I do that not because every day I am pumped and it's like, okay, yes, let's open this shop today. No, it's because sometimes when I don't even feel like, I just need to take my phone and I just see somebody, I'm like, Bimz, you need to do something, or I just get an inspiration. Like, confession time. This morning, I didn't have an idea what I wanted to share with the world, about, my business or anything. And I was just like, I was blank. And I picked up my phone and I just saw a post that somebody else in the community made. And I'm like, wow, this
mm,
resonates with me. And I took it, made it mine, shared my story, and did my, spiel today. And that was it. That is the beauty of the community. That is the beauty of having people, in your circle that are not just that you are impacting, but people that are inspiring you. Like, this community has helped me to dream big, to
yeah.
think big, to think beyond the sphere of, okay, just go to work, excel at work, which is good, but I
Mhm.
can see that there's much more to career. There's much more, out there. People are achieving crazy things that if you had told me maybe 4 years ago, I'll say it's not possible. But now I'm here. I know that no, where I'm at right now is I'm just starting. I'm just scratching the surface. There's so much more that I can achieve, and that God has deposited in me. So really, it helps me to stay consistent. It helps me to show up for my business, for other people, because now as a business coach, I, coach other people. I'm in the lives of other people, supporting them, and that in itself helps me to show up every day, because I want everybody to succeed. I want
Yeah, you have a
everybody.
responsibility, right?
Exactly. And I want them to also, you know, succeed, soar, fly high like eagles and all that. And that helps me to stay, consistent. Just seeing that other people are able to do that, then I can do that as well. And just enjoying the journey as I go along too.
Yeah, that responsibility is one big aspect of it, right? When you have people that are working with you,
Yep.
that you have to, okay, you just said that you want them to be able to do similar thing, right? To be able to replicate whatever it is. So you just, like whether or not you feel it, you just show up. I won't forget in a hurry during this global convention that we just had in Chola Vista. There's somebody, a friend of mine that I met, and well, I've known her, like online since I started this
Mm,
business, and she has helped me several times a great deal. And then while I was trying to reach out to her, another lady came up. She happened to be within our team, and she was, sobbing. Rush to organ was like, you don't know what you have done to my life. You don't know what you have done for me. You have changed my life.
mm,
The fact that you actually put that advert out that day, and I saw it, and how you have stayed consistent. You have improved my lot. Several times, right? We go to our community page, right, and we see so much, like you said, right. We get stirred up. We
yes.
get stirred up. We get inspired.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, even some of those people that inspire you, you never even had the opportunity to actually meet them to be able to tell them that thank you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, it's just there. It's just open, and then that's one great thing that if you can experience in every other business out there, you actually will fly high.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
that's such a great thing. I really love that. I love the fact that we hold these masterminds as well. That really pump us up and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is great, Coach Bims. Um, are there any examples of your wins and transformation that you would like to share with us?
Well, where do I start from?
Transformation could be anything. For me, my greatest transformation is my personal development. You
I
know, I,
agree with you. That is
yeah,
my major. I don't even talk about all the other things because the other
mm,
things are inevitable, right?
yeah,
They will come. For me, is the growth. It's a personal growth. The beams you see today is not the same beams 3 years ago. Like, the way I think, my mindset, things that I used to be afraid of,
mm,
doesn't move me any longer. I am locked on my goals. And so I was somebody who was very concerned about what people think about
mm,
me. What would they say? If I say this or if I do this, if I whatever. And right now, I don't care. In a good way, right? In a
yeah,
good way. I don't, because as long as what I'm doing is not a sin, it brings glory to God. Number two, as long as my family is benefiting from what I'm doing. Number three, as long as I'm not directly, affecting any other person or hurting somebody, I do it. I do it because it's my responsibility, right? So that mindset has changed from limiting myself because of what I am thinking other people are thinking. Because the truth is, I'm just thinking they're thinking that they probably may not even be thinking what I'm thinking, right? So I think sometimes we 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 get ourselves worked up with, fears or fear
Mm.
of failure. Will I, really do well and all that? Will I hone the skills? And I've learned that, see, confidence comes from consistency. It's not going to happen overnight. So, and that's why I've showed up every single day for the past 2.5 years. So personal development, number one, is my major transformation. Number two is being able to provide things that I would never dream of for my family. Um, Prior to starting the business, we were in so much debt, going on vacation or even little treats were not even in the picture, because once you get that salary, all you're thinking of is, "Well, we need to pay these bills," and there's nothing to even put aside for
Yeah, the
saving.
immediate needs, right?
Yes, but right now I can actually think of, like, I can sit down with my husband, all of us, and say, okay, let's plan vacation for next year. That was never in the picture. Like, and then, sometimes things that, little things, they might not be big to some people, but, little things of paying for some certain things cash without, using the credit card. The debts that we had piled off, right now we're paying them off, gradually. And for me, that is a blessing. Like, I have options. Yes, I still work my 9 to 5, but I have options. I have extras. I have, monies to do other things. And to put smile on my kids' faces, right? I'm not at the point of at the point where, oh, mommy, let's get this, and it's like, no, we cannot, no, we don't have money, no, that used to be the norm before. No, 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 no. But now it's like, okay, so how can we do that, even if I don't want them to have it, then it's not because, oh, there's no money, or
Mm.
because we lack the funds. It's because maybe I don't want him to get it at that time. So that in itself is a blessing. And then another important thing is the people I've met on this journey.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I feel so blessed,
Mm.
to have people, both those who inspire me and those that are inspired by me.
Yeah. I
Sometimes
mean, we both do.
people send me messages and I'm like, me, I mean, Yoruba will say, "Emi ni koton." Like, how did I how did I do that? Like, even strangers. I've had people in the community I've never spoken to, and I just get a message, Coach Beams, thank you so much. I saw something you posted, and that was what changed my life. And I'm like,
Wow.
how,
And you're wondering what was it that you posted?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, how? I don't even know you. We've never spoken. And, anyways, so things like that, are what gives me fulfillment, because I believe that my calling in this world is to have a positive impact in people's lives, however it comes,
Hmm.
whether is, by blessing them, by showing them the path to, prosperity, or by helping them out financially, or by being an inspiration to them. However it is, I believe that that is what God has called me to, and being able to achieve that on a greater scale than I have ever done since I started this business. I think that in itself is very, very fulfilling. And I'm just blessed to be used by God. One of the where I am in my mindset is that anything that I have, whether it's this business or my job or my family, I am a steward of
Hmm.
it, right? God has given me, and I'm going to use it to glorify his name. So it's not about, uh, amassing wealth or whatever. It's more
Hmm.
about using it to bring glory to God in the littlest way that I can. So being in this community has helped me to achieve all this. And yeah, I am grateful. And to
Wow.
meet people like you too, like
Oh,
like Femi,
oh.
you know.
I mean,
Uh,
now my head is swelling now. Huh. I remember the first day I reached out to you and your quick response, it was just unimaginable, I mean, that blew my mind, and that's what we talk about within this community.
mm,
Like you were talking about personal development. I don't want this video is already getting too long, right? So I want to short, but like, let me just say something. I tell people, I said that regardless of how many years experience you may have had in the world or working at whatever level, when you come here, there's something to learn. Not
yeah,
not technically or whatsoever, but like that has to do with your personal development. And I was
absolutely.
telling somebody, and maybe someday, maybe I may think about this. I was telling somebody, I said, this is kind of like practicalizing Christianity. There's so many
Mm,
things that were said concerning us as children of
mm,
God. I
mm,
can do all things through Christ that strengthens me.
mhm,
In
mhm,
the face of challenges, do you still believe you can do all things? When those things
mm,
seem not to be working, do you just quit? Or you stay
mm.
focused, and then you remember the fact that, okay, there's something that's driving you. I mean, there's so many things that I begin to realize that, oh, Femi, I mean, like, you just restart. well, well, thank you very much, Coach Beams, for giving me for giving us this time from your busy schedules. Well, friends, the power of community in digital entrepreneurship can be overstated. You know,
Mm-mm.
systems build structure, but community builds strength. And if you
That's
had
right.
ever felt like you needed guidance or people who truly understand your journey, this is the space for you.
Mhm.
Just one thing I'd like to ask you to do for me. Uh, if you have like a minute to say something to the audience, you know,
Sure.
I'm like just a parting word.
Yeah. Okay. So, first of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who's listening, whether you're listening live or you would watch the replay. This business community has been a game changer for my life, and not just my life, but it has affected my family positively and so many people. And if you're out there and you've ever thought of, something that there has to be something more than just the status quo, working in 9 to 5, getting extra shift and not even having a, so to say, purpose in life. I would encourage you to check out this business opportunity. It doesn't just bless you financially, but it makes you into a better person, a bigger person, somebody who is living out your purpose. You're going to have people who are going to hold your hand, who are going to be there to support your journey, who are going to be there to inspire you as well. And your mind will grow beyond your imagination. Like you will see things and experience things that you're like, are these people in the same world that I am in? But you know what? It's going to spoil you to want to do more, to achieve more. And so I encourage you, check this out. Our website is right in front of you. Sign up, put your name and email address, get the free information video that will give you details. And you can, connect with Femi and tell him, you know what? I want to be a part of your community.
Or
And I'm
connect with
sure
you, whichever one.
and he will open his arms, to show you how and to welcome you into the community. We can't wait to see you here and to see you soar high and become a better version of yourself. Thanks.
Thank you very much for showing up, Coach Beams. And our viewers and those that will be watching the replay, I want to say a big thank you to all of you. God bless you. And then you have a good night or a good morning from wherever you may be watching us. Cheers and God bless you.
Bye, everyone.